What's up, everyone, and welcome back, baby. Welcome back to another great, epic episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, you see the banner, you see the background, guys. We are talking Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 2, titled Flipmode. Guys, if you did not know already, me and my boy Lamont Tyson, we are going to spoil this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out as if you've already seen it. That is your warning. The episode just premiered on Stars, and thank you so much for coming through. Hopefully you got your snacks, hopefully you got your libations, and you are chilling, ready to get all of this spoilery goodness that we are going to deliver to you. Like I said, Lamont, thank you for being here, man. I really do appreciate it. I have so much fun engaging with you about this show. Episode 1 was very, very exciting. I'm so excited to talk about episode 2 with you. But how you doing today, man? Let the people out there know how you feeling.
People, I am good. I'm glad my brother decided to let me ride with him and do these reviews to give you guys something to further your knowledge of the show and be more engaged. Please support this brother. He works as hard as anybody on YouTube, and we're going to try to fulfill that work by entertaining you with our thoughts and opinions on all things Power Book 3, Season 3, Episode 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you love what we have to say, you can follow us on social media or any other platforms. Our handles on the screen. Lamont's information is in the description box of this video. And like always, bam, there's his channel right there, Justice. Lamont Tyson. Let's help this man reach that next milestone of 150,000 subscribers. Lamont, I can't wait to talk to you about this. Like I said, man, first of all, I want to know, did any of your predictions come true with this episode? And if so, if not, let us hear it, man. I'm passing to you first. And also, yeah, just let us know how you felt overall about this episode, sir.
Oh, really enjoyed the episode. Overall, I gave this episode an 8.5, and
Mm.
they stepped it up more with supporting the foundation that we got in episode 1, and then they added a whole lot more intrigue. And then our character Rock, who wants to get out the game, the writers just threw more barriers on top of her situation, which I love. I thought that based on the way this thing began, I said to myself, damn, a Netflix and chill turned into a 2 weeks of a log cabin type vacation type situation.
It did.
I
It
mean,
did.
all B Avery arms is healed. We eating Peter Buckhead, ice cream, and all kinds of
Uh-huh.
whatnot. And it seemed like it was going to be all chill, and then you saw what happened.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I gotta be honest with you, man. I was not expecting to see this at all. I kind of thought it was just like a in the moment type thing. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Mm-mm,
In the last
mm-mm.
season, thank you for saving my
Mm-hmm.
life. You came through and blasted the guy. So I'm gonna, let you get in here at least once or twice. But no, man, they in their PJs. You know what I'm saying? They feeding each other, hugging each other, and all that. I wasn't. I like it though. I wasn't expecting it, but I like it. Where you at?
Audience, do y'all remember how B. Avery dug in me at the last review about how Rock didn't really want to be with this man? He wasn't a long-term play. It was just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Wham bam, thank you, ma'ams don't turn into 2 weeks of Netflix and chill log cabin
Yeah,
type loving. That's
this
what happened. And then one prediction that I did make, B. Avery, in my season trailer breakdown was the fact that the people that kidnapped Rock and Unique, I said it was Stefano, and guess what? We know who it turned out to be.
yeah, we definitely know who it turns out to be. And I got a lot of laughs out of him as well. I did with this episode, and of course we're gonna get into it. The way he was kind of teasing Unique about his name, calling him everything except for Unique, ubiquitous, unusual.
He
I got a
disrespected
nice kick
black
out of that.
people. He
Huh?
disrespected black people, calling us mollies. Like,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on, Stefano. And I love how Unique went back at him and called him linguini eating MF type
Right.
thing. So just goes to show they're portrayed. Sometimes art imitates life, and we've heard plenty of stories about how racist the Italians are with their holy roly asses in the name of Jesus.
Right. You're right. And guys, I do apologize. I'm having a hard time getting through these photos. There's something going on with my mouse, and so I'm gonna do the best that I can. So just bear with me. Do appreciate your patience. But let me ask you this, man. Um, we got another. Well, no. We're gonna wait to the end there. But one of the things that I was thinking about at the end
Mhm.
of the first episode is, okay, Detective Howard, he blew he blew Burke's head away, made it look
Yeah.
like a suicide. And so I was saying to myself, okay, damn, I wasn't expecting that. How is this going to play out? And where is the next episode going to pick up? Is it going to pick up moments after where episode one left off? Is it going to be the next day? But no, it was 2 weeks. 2 weeks have passed by, or at least a week. Is because I'm saying 2 weeks because Unique said that him and Rock been kicking it for 2 weeks, but we don't know exactly how much time passed from them smashing to Howard blowing Burke's head off. It could have been the next day, the same night, or a week later. But I wasn't expecting that. Was that what I mean, how did you feel about the funeral? We also saw that what is it? Oh, Juke showed up. And I wasn't expecting that as well. She was just kind of outside, posted up, just like, oh man, because they had somewhat of a connection.
Mhm.
I was kind of surprised by that. But Detective Howard, he said a lot of wonderful things, at the funeral, and touched on a lot of people. And it was just quite disgusting to me, to be honest with you. Now, again, I did not like Burke. I'm glad that she's gone. And like I said in our first recap and the one that we hosted that you hosted on your channel, I kind of wanted to see her go through the ring a little bit. But Howard, I mean, he was expected to say something. It would have looked horrible if he didn't. That would have been horrible if he didn't say anything. But I would just say to myself, my goodness gracious, man, all of these people out here are mourning, and you're the culprit, and it just kind of put an uncomfortable feeling in my stomach. Am I tripping, or do you feel the same way, or how did you feel about all that?
Um, thankfully for me, I get that this is a story, and I get where I kind of feel like I get where the writers are going with Detective Howard story. By the way, shout out to Omar Epps, who is killing this role. I mean, literally killing the role. And for him to stand up there and make it seem like she was a little sister chasing around a big brother, yeah, that was like as disgusting as you making a deal with Satan. It was, literally. You know good and damn well you the person that killed this woman. You know good and damn well her situation where it seems like everything was falling apart in her life, and you got up on that stage, didn't shed a tear, you didn't buckle or slur your speech. You really sat up there and made it seem like this chick was a hero and a thorn in your side, like y'all had some kind of brother sister relationship. And when they was panning the crowd, B. Avery, they showed Medina, they showed the dad, they even showed Cop that want to get a little revenge on Detective Howard. And it all made me think that those are going to be our Avengers of Detective Burke, that is going to eventually take down Howard. And there was a little smoke that came up from Medina that I'm sure me and you are going to talk about as we get through this review. But yeah, you're in your right place to say that it was disgusting the way he portrayed their relationship, and I co-sign with you. But at the same time, whenever whenever someone does something evil, they always cajole some reason in their minds why their situation is more important than somebody else's situation.
Mm-hmm.
So in his mind, it's not evil for him to do what he did because she's about to ruin his family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just disregarding that this woman has a family. So yeah, he's playing the hell out that role.
yeah. Yeah, he is, man. And the thing about it is, I wanna ask you this. You may not agree, but I'm very, very curious. The captain, the black guy that was,
Yeah.
that was talking crap about Burke's mom at the end of last episode. He's putting Howard on game, talking about how the FBI and internal investigations and IAD is doing this and doing that. To me, does he seem crooked to you as well? Because it just I didn't think so at first, But the way that he is being so dismissive of Medina and just trying to keep this case closed is just really peculiar to me. I mean,
Mm.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point if some, I don't know, episode 6 or 7 or whenever, something is revealed that he has some nefarious things up his sleeve. It just doesn't make, because later on when Medina was trying to talk to him, he was like, hey, be quiet now. Let's put this behind us. Let Burke rest in peace. I don't understand why he is so adamant about just keeping things swept under the rug. Am I reaching too far, or do you think that there's something else brewing with his character as well? Let me know, because I'm very, very curious.
Well, to you and everybody in the universe that has been against me and Bert, you can't take the stance you just took, B. Avery, because he's doing nothing different with his stance on Bert being dead that he did when she was alive. Basically, she had all this barrage of information she wanted to get to him to say how it was crooked, and she was telling him, "Stand down, soldier. We're not focusing on Howard." I didn't believe he was crooked then, and I don't believe he's crooked now. And someone with your perspective can't all of a sudden say that it was okay for him to shut Burt down, but not shut down any more investigation of what's going on with Burt, because the two to me are one and the same. I
Okay.
feel like I feel like Captain, I don't think anything's dirty with him. Not involving Burke and Cover. I feel like nothing is dirty with him. I
Okay.
feel like he came in to right the ship of this police force, because you remember they got rid of the other person because the shit was going, it was going to hell in a handbasket. He came in to be the cleanup hitter. And now that he's the cleanup hitter, he's got, you heard him have that one-on-one with Detective Howard about how the other cop been fucking stuff up, messing stuff up. So he's got to put that fire out. He don't want to have any more fires dealing with Detective Burke. And he said IAD is going to take 18 months to finish their investigation, which is going to be another problem. So no, I think he's on the up and up. And if he's not, whatever he's not on the up and up will deals with wherever he came from.
I got you. Okay. Okay. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment section. I love the honesty or whatever. You just saying, hey man, that don't make no sense. I don't agree with you. You gotta keep your argument consistent, B. I'm not mad at it at all. I love it. I love it. I love it. But what did you think about Stefano, man? He's flexing right now. He's breaking into the crib, kidnapping them in the middle of the night, and they don't know what to do. I loved it, and he's just showing his strength again. Like I said earlier, I was laughing at the way that he was treating them, not treating them, but treating Unique, mispronouncing his name on purpose, and knew exactly who he was. We know that Sal works for God, I just forgot his Stefano. We know that Sal works for Stefano. Unique didn't know who that was. Like, who the F is this guy right here? But he
Right.
said, Sal said that you have, a potty mouth on you. And he was still teasing him. And so yeah, he's on his radar. Is Stefano living up to the threat that we possibly thought he was in season 2 when he was first introduced? And we also have this, they wouldn't have shown this right here. This furnace said that it gets up to 3,000 degrees. And it just all he got to do is put a human in there. It'll turn him into dust in a few moments. He said it gets rid of a lot of his problems. And he puts it to rock. This is crazy. It's like, look, your boy Sal is getting on my nerve. He's causing a mess. He's causing a ruckus. He's drawing too much attention to our organization. But we got these politics over here, man. We cannot kill another boss. So either you kill him or I'm a team up with him to kill you. Besides that, I love the fact that Rock called him out, because we the black people, we get all these negative stereotypes over here saying that how reckless and dangerous and just horrible we are in our community, and we do this and we don't do that. But she was like, no, y'all stabbing each other in the back is 10 times more violent than any Negro. She said something else, of course, but I like that she called him on that, man. Like, you saying that we bad, you killing your own people, and all of that. I loved it. But how did you feel about that whole conversation that they had right there and the ultimatum that he put her on?
I enjoyed the whole exchange because it was truly an epiphany of what goes on in America. Number one, when he snatched them and he was having an interchange with Unique, he was being racist as hell. Calling my man a Molly, a Gula, and everything that
Mhm.
you can think of under the earth's sun that is black and dastardly. And I like how Unique didn't shut up and talk, jump back to him, even took a swift punch to the face,
Yeah.
blooded him up. And then when he got into the conversation with Rock, the racism and the exploration of that conversation kept going with Rock saying, look, y'all accuse, like you said, y'all accuse us of being these dastardly human beings when this is the shit y'all doing.
Right.
B, it's called projection.
Right.
White people been projecting this shit for years so that we don't put them under the microscope. And
Exactly.
that's just what she did to them.
Right.
And
Right.
so, you know, getting damn well, somebody is gonna roast in his incinerator.
Oh yeah.
Because at that degree of Kelvin, you burn bones.
Yeah.
You literally are dust. You are
Right.
dust that you go blow on the side of the ocean.
It's
And it
true.
would be very fitting if the dust that gets blown is Stefano's. Because look,
Ooh, dying in his own
look,
furnace.
yeah, man, look, B. Avery, these families that claim to have this, this family business. First of all, it don't make no sense. It's hypocrisy. How you over here making your money by killing people with drugs and all that, but all of a sudden, when it comes to your families, you got this tight niche moral ethical bull job. Okay, it don't make no sense. That's why you you see what these families have these situations where they have like recitals, they'll have bar mitzvahs, they'll have funerals, they'll have all this stuff, and you wonder why people keep rolling up on these things, killing y'all. Because
Hmm.
there is no honor among thieves, no matter how much y'all want to make it sound that way, you crooks. People know to take advantage of you in these situations where you claim it's supposed to be so sacred. And I love how this episode portrayed all those stereotypes and let them play out in the way that we know they really happen.
This is true, man. I love it. Well said. You couldn't have, you couldn't have said it. I couldn't have said it any better myself. And I just go to say, black people, and I've talked about this before on my channel a number of times. We do not have to be perfect to receive justice. It is not okay. I mean, yeah, we want to be as good as we possibly can, but we don't have to be perfect. Okay, nobody else is perfect. There is
Nope.
dirt, there is grime, there is lunacy in every
Yep.
community, whether you're black, you're white, you're red, you're brown, or you're yellow. Okay, with the same amount. Like, oh, what about black on black crime? What about white on white crime? What about Asian on Asian crime? What about brown on brown crime? Everybody does dirt. Okay, and
Right.
I get annoyed sometimes when I see on my Instagram feed just a small handful of knuckleheads to do something and they try to plaster it over the whole race. You don't see these other people doing this. No, everybody does it. Even though this is a fictional show, it's just a prime example of how everybody does dirt and other people do dirt just as bad, if not more. And so let that sink into
To,
your brain.
to be Avery's
Um,
point, art imitates life. Like you
mhm.
said. I mean, these writers are pulling this stuff, from probably some experiences that they have had to deal with in real life. So, yeah, I mean, yes, this is fictional, but art oftentimes imitates life. So, like BAB said, y'all, don't have those machinations in your head. And on some real talk, if you do it by the sheer numbers, the Anglos do more crimes than we do if you go by the sheer numbers, the sheer mass numbers. Black people only make up 13.8% of the population. But
Mhm.
for some strange reason, over 60% of what's in jail is us. And that's not because we doing all the damn crimes. So you just take that and put it where you want to learn it at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're targeted. Now, what did you think about Rock is serious, bro? We asked the question like, oh, she's saying that she at the game, she don't want to shoot herself out of situations no more. And she's going around with the big white flag, like, hey, I give up now. I don't want to do it no more. That's what she tells Stefano. That's what she tell the Colombians a little bit later. It seems like she's really, really sticking to her guns. Do you believe her? Or are you convinced yet? Well, how are you feeling about that?
I believe her right now, but something is going to tie her back into the game. It is.
Mhm.
Think about how hard it is to stop doing something you've been doing for so long. There's a reason why they say it's very hard to teach an old dog new tricks. And as fine as she may be, and I like my wine dark and fine, but it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. What is Rock gonna do? Open up a hair salon? Um, you know, Start a clothing boutique? No. Something is gonna force her hand and throw her back into the game. She's not done, which is why I enjoy that exchange between her and Juliana and her dropping Spanish on the cousin. Love it.
Bruh, bruh. I love that too. And my thing is this, man. Where did Juliana get all of this confidence from? Like it just kind of came out of nowhere. She was working in a department, not a department store. I'm tripping in some department store like this is JCPenney or Foley's or Dillard's.
The
Yeah,
bodega.
you know
She
what I'm
was in
saying?
the bodega.
I'm
The
tripping. I'm
bodega.
tripping. What but no, a corner store, man. But now she operating like a boss. And I'm not
Yeah.
mad at it, talking crap, and like we can find out if you have a new supplier talking about you out the game. It's really interesting to me, man. Like Rock had to save the day a few times, threatened her boyfriend. She babysitting money with rats everywhere, bruised up eyes. But look at her now, man. It's a completely different character. I like you said, I like the fact that Rock threw some Spanish at her and all of that. It's just kind of weird to me, but I gotta say, man, I did not expect the Colombians here to react the way they did. Like, oh, you're out. Okay, well, we wish you the best, and if you still need us eventually, we're gonna be here. Like, I was like, oh, okay. I thought they was gonna be talking shit. Oh yeah, you think you're out? You're out when we say you're out. Okay, now re-up right now and go sell these drugs and make us money. But that's not how it went down. Oh boy respected her wishes and let her leave gracefully. Very surprised by that. How did you feel about that exit?
I'm with you, man. I was totally surprised by that. If anything, Juliana over there is overplaying her hand as if she's the boss.
Hmm.
Maybe she thinks that because she's the woman and a woman is addressing the table, that she gets to be in control of the negotiations or what may have it. But she got to learn, chick, during that time, it's a man's world. And your hair is just a little too big, looking like a damn bird's nest, to actually think
Yeah.
you controlling any damn thing with your leopard print on, sipping
Yeah.
your wine and stuff like you the boss. And I loved how her cousin checked her, just like, look, you stretching it over there, Juliana. Your
Right.
usefulness is about done. We can stick your ass back in that bodega.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was I was surprised that they let her out.
Yeah.
And I can only think of a few reasons why they let her out.
Why is
Number
that?
one, they've got another supplier that they're eyeing that can move that kind of weight. Rock was a good customer to them. And
Hmm.
when you in that game and you a good customer, they don't let you out. It ain't no
Right.
love lost. I don't care how much they respect you. So in order for them to let her out, something else must be at play that he wants to move on to. And you even heard him say, "We'd be happy to have you back." Almost be Avery as if he doesn't believe she's out the game. And
True.
maybe that's what he's banking on. But
True.
I'm gonna tell you, Juliana gonna die. Juliana is gonna die a painful death. She might be in that damn incinerator.
Man, I don't know about the incinerator, but she's definitely gonna die. I can't wait to see who's gonna die in that, or more than one.
Yeah,
Maybe it
yeah.
will be Stefano. I don't know, but I definitely they're definitely gonna play it out, and I can't wait to see who's gonna perish in there. That's going to be a sight to see, you know.
Right, right.
But let's transition to your boy Unique real quick, Mr.
Okay.
Joey Badass. Love his
Man.
character. Very, very entertaining, very, very talented
Mhm.
actor, entertainer. But he got kidnapped in the beginning. Like you said, he got a punch in the face from one of Stefano's men, giving him nicknames, calling him Mr. Linguini and stuff. I really did not expect for him to pull up at the fish shop like this, bro. That was
What?
pretty bold. I like it. He was bold, he was direct. He was like, "Hey, I want to have a conversation. I'm a conversationalist just like you, and let's make this money together." I can do nothing but respect it, Lamont. But I gotta say, for as far up the food chain as Stefano is,
Mhm.
it seemed a little bit just too easy to walk in up on him out of nowhere. I mean, because if Unique and anybody else wanted to, they probably would have lost a man or two at most, but they could have went in here and sprayed up the whole fish shop or whatever and took Stefano out because all they had right there at the door was this man with a 6-shooter or a Magnum. I don't know exactly what kind of gun it was, but it did look powerful. That was his only bodyguard. Maybe Stefano was just on his high horse and be like, ain't nobody finna come and kick my door in. But Unique did it in a very, very polite way. And I love the way that Stefano called him out. Like, given our earlier meeting with the tone and tenure, I wasn't expecting you to come in here. And Unique was chilling. He was like, I'm not on my high horse. I'm just trying to have a conversation. Stefano's like, I respect the man that can let bygones be bygones. I was very surprised by this conversation right here, and the way they bounced off of each other. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, it was interesting, man. And from the minute Unique opened the door and was talking shit to the bodyguard, saying that he punched like a potato cake or whatever he said, I was thinking to myself, yeah, when we gonna see them go ahead and have that one-on-one? Because Unique want to get in on that. And no matter what Unique say, he might punch like a potato cake, but he went and made your ass bleed, and that count for something. So you can
Right,
say it didn't hurt all you want to. You was bleeding on them gold caps.
right.
Secondly, I enjoyed the little conversation they had about how the little fish get on a rock and they do a mating dance, and how in the fish world, whoever's the alpha male, you're going to get the women, and how basically they went racist again. He Stefano basically said you black folks would be getting all the women in the fish world.
Mm,
And then Unique threw it back to him, and he was like, but you got that talk game, which is worth something, which it is. In the
mhm.
real world, the talk game is worth something. And that was kind of the conversation of who got the biggest meat, and then they settled off into let's talk business.
Yeah.
And um, some people might say that what he's doing is disrespectful to Rock when it's not, because
No.
he didn't say no lie about Rock. He didn't say nothing bad about Rock. He actually told Stefano, I really and truly think in her mind she believes she's out the game.
Right.
And Stefano wanted to know, and that's what Unique believed. And pretty much because of how loyal and how much weight that he sold for Saul, it looks like he's going to be able to get into the situation with the families thanks to Stefano. It's not etched in stone yet, but he said he's
Right.
got to approve it. But B, you know that there's going to be some controversy with them five families, considering one of these five families took a hit in this episode. So that's probably
Yeah.
going to be a problem for this link up between Unique and Stefano.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to see, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out. I don't think it's disrespectful at all because Unique knows that she wants to be out the game. She said that to him. She said that in front of Unique, in front of Stefano as well. And I think this is very, very important. Now, Unique doesn't know, I don't think at this point, that Stefano wants Sal dead, but that's even more of a reason for him to come and approach him the way he did. And I love it because we know that Stefano knows that his actual name is Unique, but he playing with him like, oh yeah, it's Mr. Unusual, it's Mr. Ubiquitous and all of that. But when they was sitting down, at first not Saul, but Stefano was leaning in, but then he sat back in his chair and then crossed his legs. So that was an open invitation. Like, okay, I'm here to talk, I'm here to converse, I'm here to see what you have to say, and I have a little bit of respect for you. Even before they went outside in the back, he said that he had some respect for him. And he leaned in again, like, okay, whatever you're saying right now is making sense. And then Unique did the same thing, like, hey, let's just, put our past behind us. Let's work together and make this money. And I like that. It was a great scene. And he called him unusual and ubiquitous at the very beginning, but at the very end of the conversation, he actually called him Unique. And so I I don't know. I kind of like that right there. So I got to give it to Unique's character. That was very, very well played. That was well played. And so I do, yeah, I do appreciate that. Passing it back to you though, I'm gonna give you the mic
Mhm.
for a second. Give you the driver's seat, the steering wheel. What that we haven't talked about, and don't talk about the last scene yet. But what other events in this episode that stood out to you that you can't wait to get off your chest?
Well, something else that I said in my trailer breakdown for this episode, I mentioned that Juke looked like she was somewhere posted up, looking outside the ceremony for Detective Burke, and she was, which goes to prove my point even further that they had more of a relationship than what people led on. Because I can recall even you called me, I was like, "My." Detective Burke and the underage girl. And I remember saying to you and somebody, Larry, I think, yeah, why not? R. Kelly did it. What makes you think that she ain't gonna do it? And furthermore, Detective Howard did it. So if it's been done on the same damn show, why we can't have a female do it? But I
Yeah.
digress. But y'all seen the remnants of that. She
Hmm.
showed up. Um, Lulu, man, he's spiraling out of control. And
Yeah.
I was wondering what was going to be the thing to pull him back in. Like, what was going to be, or was he just going to spiral to the point of death and suicide? Because he's at the club, he's tripping, he's drunk, he's knocking over cups and blaming it on people. And Marvin is just laid back, chilling, watching these guys that look like federales looking at him. And come to
Hmm.
find out, these are just some white dudes that want drugs. That's
Right.
it. They just want drugs. But I was more concerned about where was we going with Lulu, and then we seen something at the very end that might be the thing to resurrect his life, to pull him back into control of his life. And I like the way Power wrote that. Again, to the writers on this season, I'm looking y'all straight in y'all face. Y'all have done a magnificent job so far, and I can't wait to see where we go with those storylines. And by the way, that's one of B. Avery's favorite storylines.
Yes.
Lulu and Marvin, two of his
No,
favorite
no, no.
storylines.
It's it's
Marvin is
it's
your favorite. Marvin and
it's
Marvin and
Marvin
Juke.
and Juke. Yeah, Marvin and Juke.
Okay,
Marvin and Juke. Marvin and Juke.
right.
But yeah, man, I hear you, man. At first I was like, damn, I don't want to see Lulu go down this destructive path right here. Even though he's not my favorite character, I still want him to win and come out on top. And I understand all of his frustrations with the game, his lifestyle, his sister, that is just so destructive and just so evil in my opinion. But there was some light at the end of the tunnel for his story arc because he has reason and motivation to keep going. He's into
Hmm.
music, and he has his niece Juke that could be a great benefit, and so hopefully that pops off um, into fruition the way that we want it to. Now, if something does happen to Lulu, that could be another launching point to send him no to send her turn her into the character that we don't like from the original show. I hope not, but I'm with you, man. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm with you, man. I like the fact that he was doing bad at the very beginning of the episode, but towards the end, it's showing some light at the end of the tunnel. So we're just gonna have to see how all that plays out right there, sir. How all that plays out. Now, another character that just keeps popping up, or that's in the immediate relation to her, is Nicole or her dad. We
Mm.
have this scene right here where he shows up at the Jukes and Marvin's crib, and they're just having a nice conversation. And he was like, "Oh my God, it'll blow your socks off." Marvin is being sarcastic, like, "Oh my God, I've never had my socks blown off before. I can't wait, or I
It
wonder
was
how that
funny.
feels." I got a laugh out of that. I think I have an image here. I was laughing because he was, he was. I don't think I have it, but Marvin tried to give him a high five, and he put his
And
hand up
he
there, and he missed it or whatever. I got a tickle out of that, man. But what do you think about Nicole's dad popping up, man? And trying to get Juke to start this music career off, man. How'd you feel about that? That was surprising to me. I didn't think we was gonna see him anymore.
Well, from the first time we met her dad and the situation that the dad was going through with Nicole's mom, we quickly realized that the dad was the more understanding of the two parents, when it's
Hmm.
usually the other way around when it comes to the sexuality of your child. And if they decide to go off the reservation and be gay, lesbian, whatever, usually the dad is the one who's tripping, and the mom is the one who's kind of like, it's still our child, let's love them anyway. It
Right.
was the dad in this situation. And I love how they went through all the white privileges that white people tend to get, that they always overlook because maybe they haven't made it yet, or maybe they feel like they still ain't rich yet. But the guy said that he got a connection for Jude to go to an audition through a friend at the damn country club.
Hmm.
It ain't like me and the boys in the hood gonna go to the blocks basketball court and get a connection that's gonna get us to the damn audition and shit. We ain't gonna. That's not how it works. But the fact that he's gonna help Juke get this position just continues to show that he really cared for his daughter. He didn't mind his daughter dealing with Juke, and I hope this works out for Juke
I do too.
because because at some point in time you can still use this daddy again for all his connections and who he knows to push her career further as they go. So I hope it works out for Juke, and I'm sure she's gonna get up there and be singing, thinking about White Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think about that as well. The father popping up, juking her music career, and hopefully the pop. I mean, we know it eventually doesn't. She ends up being a cop, but I'm really curious to see how far it's gonna go in this show. Because eventually she's gonna have to reach her breaking point, and it's very, very sad. I know it's gonna be. We're probably gonna end up crying, man. You probably gonna have to pull out the shades with the tissues on them or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
B,
So
we talked about it. We talked about it. You didn't co-sign, but I said the thing that could make her go over the edge would be the death of her daddy.
yeah,
That could do it. That could
yeah,
do it because now he has a second chance in her life. Because for her to see him getting along with this white guy, that's not normal for Marvin. That wouldn't be normal behavior. So it
hmm
seems like Marvin has tempered his behavior to reconcile the issues he's going through with his daughter and is trying to build on that relationship. And so even though Juke is still a little resistant because you've seen her pop off at the mouth, I don't know that much about my daddy. Even in this meeting, she said something like that.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think Marvin has made up in his mind he's going to work hard to keep building the relationship. And right when Juke think her and her daddy is in a good place, pow pow, bang bang, open the door, ATF, he's done. And that is going to be the straw that broke the camel's back.
I'd be so sad if that happens, man. I really am. Do you and I know we talked about this before. Yeah, it was on your stream Saturday night with your lovely crew. I can't remember if it was Lex or Moochie uh, that was just saying that Marvin will stay in the game. He is his sister's lapdog. I mean, this right here, kind of towards the beginning of the episode, she's telling him like, "Hey, man, we got to take out Sal, or Sal and Stefano gonna take us out." And he doesn't ask any questions. She just like, "Hey, we can't miss Marvin. You can't fail. You have to get this done." And he's like, "Okay." And towards the end of the episode, when he steals the mail truck, he just has no problems. He's just always doing what Rock says. Do you think at some point in time he's going to turn away from her, kind of like Lulu is right now, just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to follow your lead. I have a great relationship with not great relationship, but my relationship with my daughter, your niece, is getting better. Stop telling me what to do. Do you see that happening at all, or no? How you feeling about that? I want to talk about this right here. I am really eager to see how this is going to play out with Kanan and this new job or somebody that he's trying to hire real quick. I think this buddy's guy right here, his name is Paul. I did not know what the hell was going on when we first started seeing this right here. I was like, okay, yeah, this is very, very busy, in and out in the public where everybody can see. I don't get it. They can't be moving weight this far out in the open in front of everybody. So I was really curious to see what this was. I didn't know at first, but apparently they're just a carrier. And I like the fact that he was able to check them as well. Like, hey, bro, I'm not going to be answering 20 questions. Okay. Do y'all want the work or not? But Kanan, he's sick of his mom. He don't want to go back to the crib. He is he's trying to get this money, and I can't do anything but respect it. So what do y'all think about that? Let me know in the comment section. What did you think about this right here, man? This Paul character with these runners, with the carriers and the messenger bags, and how do you feel about all this right here? One of the
I
things that
thought
piqued my interest is, oh, dude was like, "Hey, man, you talking about this street over here, this cross section? They racist. We can't even go drink out of the water fountains over here, man." But how you feeling about this, man? You think this is gonna be a good or bad thing for Famous and Kanan to be able to pay their rent so he don't gotta go back to his mama house rock?
I don't trust the great value looking Adrian Brody with a mustache. No, I don't trust him. I I think at some point in time that guy is going to be a problem. But I think that whatever his issue is going to be, I do feel like Kanan's going to be able to overcome it. But for right now, I don't trust him. I like the way Kanan set up that organization and that business. That was smart.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think great value Adrian Brody is going to be a problem. I don't
Really?
trust him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't trust
Okay.
him. I don't trust him.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think it'll go? It's probably blatantly obvious. Let's play prediction. I think that it's gonna. I think that it's gonna work out at first. They're gonna be making money, but
Right.
I think eventually, Kanan, he's gonna try to take advantage of Kanan and Famous. Like, man, I'm not finna be letting these high school guys run me. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and start skimming some money off the top, or drugs off the top, or just kind of taking advantage of them in some way, shape, or form, and probably blackmail them. And now that I think about it, I think Kanan may peep game and actually kill him eventually. Like, oh, you thought you can take advantage of this little high schooler? No. And bang bang pow pow, like you said earlier. Is that something that you can see, or how do you think that's gonna play out?
Well, 100% Kanan going to have to get rid of him, because how does it look? You got a white guy living in the projects, basically being the leader of all these black guys. I mean, just on the sheer look value, it looks horrible. And I do think that he is taking advantage of his couriers right now as we speak anyway. And Kanan is going to figure it out. He's going to rally them troops, and there's going to be a mutiny against old Adrian Brody, great value. And that's when he might decide he wants to become a snitch, and they're going to have to off with his head.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man, if it plays out exactly like that. Don't take advantage of people, man.
Mhm.
What goes around comes around. I do believe in karma myself. Like, even if I'm not, whatever you do in the dark will always come to the light. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lesson that everybody should learn at some point in life. My mom instilled that in me, when I was young. But yeah, he's gonna try to double cross him some way, and Kanan's gonna have to take care of that ass somehow, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, but if you're doing people wrong, all you're gonna do is get what you deserve. So y'all let us know what y'all think about that. But it's a shame. And we're making assumptions right now. They could be best friends for life. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Paul could have still been around behind the door, behind scenes in the original Power show or whatever. We just never knew. Now I'm kind of being silly when I said it, but we'll see. But y'all definitely know. Let us know what y'all think about that. But how do you feel about Rock buying him a car though? She's like, hey, you want to come back home? And man, she does look good, and that's a nice whip. But yeah, how you feel about this, man? She trying to buy her son back, and it's just not working. You think their relationship will ever rekindle, or you think it's over with?
It's going to take a huge dramatic situation for them to get back on one accord. And, I felt some kind of way about that Mustang B Avery, because I actually had an 89 Mustang similar to that. I just didn't have the GT drop top with the gold rims and all that.
Mhm.
Her sitting on the car was two things of beauty, all in one
Yeah.
clean shot. And, oftentimes when you hurt somebody bad enough, you can't buy them back with gifts and items. They don't want that shit. They want
Right.
love. They want the role you're supposed to play in their life. That's what they want. And sometimes that can't be bought back. And right now, she has just crossed the bridge of no return with him, to the point where he was like, you know what? I don't want this car. And you think that they supposed to believe that this cop committed suicide? Nobody's buying that. So I'm
Right.
with him on this. I wouldn't have took the car either. Nope.
You wouldn't.
Nope. And
Okay.
I just told y'all, one of the first cars I won a '89 Mustang in college playing Madden. I won it. Won an
Yeah.
'89 Mustang playing Madden, and I wouldn't even have took this one. This looks like to be a 90, probably like a 1992 5.0 Mustang with a drop top and the gold rim and probably burrow wood inside and all that. Nah, nope. When you do something that crooked, lie to me and have me kill the man that's really my father, that I don't have a relationship with, and you know this, nah, I don't want your peace offerings. Your peace offerings need to be you coming clean about everything and then trying to rebuild that doesn't deal with money.
I ain't mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. But you know who is mad though? That is the daddy of Burke. Damn, the way that he dismissed Medina like this is kind of funny to me. Um, I'm on the fence though. I wanted him to listen to her, but at the same time, this is not the best opportunity. This is not. I mean, it's at his daughter's funeral. Can you relate to what he's going through? Was he wrong? Is he tripping? How do you feel about this right here? Because this was a standout to me. Me personally, I'm saying this now, but I don't have a daughter, and I don't have a daughter that just got her head blown off by herself or somebody else. So who knows how I'm going to react and respond. But how do you feel about the way he did? Was it justified or no?
Let me couch this by saying he's coming from the same mindset as the captain, that Burke was focusing on the wrong things. Regardless of what she had to say, he's coming from that same mindset. Now, me, because I was on the mindset with Burke, I'm saying he's wrong. He should have listened to Medina. But at the same time, when Burke went to Medina, she shut her down too because she had a situation going on with her mom. But now, because Medina had more information than dad or captain, Medina is starting to think in her head, okay, I know this woman. I've been between her legs. I know she's not the type that's going to kill herself. So maybe the stuff she was saying about Howard is true. And so Medina is the first peg to really start trying to put these pieces together and going to the dad, because she might not have another opportunity to see the dad. So I don't got no problem with her going to the dad at the funeral because she may never see him again. The thing about it is, instead of trying to get their attention and all this small talk, just dive into what the hell the subject matter is. What Medina was saying about Howard is true and I can prove it. The dad would have listened to that. If Bert would have said to the captain, what information I have on Howard is true and I can prove it, that the captain would have listened to that. If she would have said that to daddy, the information I have on Howard is true and I can prove it, the dad would have listened to that. But no, everybody wants to small talk their way through the game, and that's why no one is getting the attention. But we see who is the first avenger of Detective Burke's death. It is Medina. But I fear for her life because that Howard was somewhere around the corner looking like, bro, man, about to go in Martin's window and get a damn sandwich, looking around and shit. He saw what Medina was doing with the daddy B. Avery, and that puts me very fearful for Detective Medina's life.
I got you. I really don't even care for her like that. I mean,
don't
she's just
either.
different.
I don't.
You know, if she dies, whatever, I'm just like, "Oh, okay, you know, move on to the next." I'm just being honest with you.
Well, she's
But
the
no,
only person. She's the only person left that can help corroborate Burke's story. If
mhm.
if she dies, that's it. Unless the IED has evidence. But if Medina dies, there's no one else that can put these pieces together. That'll be it. End of the story. So I think that the chase is going to be on her, but I don't think she's dying anytime soon.
Okay. Y'all let us know what y'all think about that right there. I don't know what to get out of this. Well, no, that's not what I meant to bring up, but we can talk about it. Juke wants the hell out of there, man. She don't want to be in Queens no more. She's trying to sign and with the armed forces, the military, and get out of there. I wonder how far that's gonna go because we know what happens to her eventually. She ends up being a cop. I doubt that she's going to enlist and then come back. So I was kind of, I mean, how far do you think that's going to go, if anywhere at all?
It's not
Her
going
trying
anywhere.
Okay, I
Nowhere.
got you.
Nowhere.
I got you. I
Like,
got you.
they was just showing us these things, showing the perils of how the character really wants to get out of her current situation, and she's willing to do it almost by any means necessary. So that they're not going anywhere with it. Juke is about to win this contest. She's going to get in, and she's going to have probably a thriving music career, and then her daddy going to die probably in a manner that should have real justice and doesn't get justice. and then she's gonna be crooked.
Right on, right on, right on. This is what I was trying to bring up right here. Detective Howard is back at the station. We got the FBI and everybody else coming in to set up shop at the department. Got this guy right here. Howard looks fishy, suspicious as hell, man, with his head on the swivel, swinging around, trying to figure out what's going on. Am I under investigation? Is this some type of sting operation? Are they trying to pin something on me? He looks guilty as hell, man. You think he's gonna get away with it, man, or you think it's gonna come back and bite him in the ass?
Oh, they is about to get Coach Mike Tomlin. And the way he was looking around them blinds, he was looking like Mike Tomlin last week when the Steelers got that ass beat. Yeah, he know he's on borrowed time, bro. Like when you creeping and looking around, and how do you sleep at night? There's so many fires he's got to put out. And now that the feds is in town, and you don't know what they investigating, how far it goes. You even heard him ask about that IAD investigation. He needs to know everything of anyone who's investigating anything that has something to do with Detective Burke, because a lot of that stuff could point the finger at him. And so, yeah, his head is on swivel, man. Like he might be losing his coaching job and be fired from the Pittsburgh Steelers coaching. So, yeah, if y'all love Omar Epps in this version of Power, be on the lookout. He might be in jail or he might end up dead.
Yeah, might be in jail, may end up dead. We're gonna see, man. I don't want him to be. I don't want him to go to the dark side either. Go to the good side, or just stay neutral. Don't make it any worse. Don't make it any worse.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. How's your favorite character, man? Unique's brother, man, Ronnie. This dude here is scary as hell. It's just like what's funny to me is he knows that he's making the baby mama so uncomfortable, and he don't give a damn. Like, bro, can you? I mean, I know we're not spending 24/7 with him in the show, but it's just like, man, read the room, bro. Like, I understand this is your brother, but and I don't want to go as far as saying that he's being disrespectful. He's just really haunting, you know. Like, as soon as she comes in, she's like, we need to talk or whatever. Your brother is tripping. Boy try to go downstairs and get some water, and he down there staring at the TV. But the TV wasn't on. You know, that's creepy as hell, man. I would feel some type of way about that as well. Is the baby mama justified in her feelings, or is she being a bit too sensitive and needs to lighten up because he just got out of jail and needs a place to rest his head?
Bruh, fuck no. Vanessa is in the complete right. First of all, it's creepy enough that you're watching TV and the TV's off. It's also even furthermore creepy that you ironing and the iron ain't on. If y'all ain't catch that, that iron was not on. He wasn't ironing shit. No, the iron wasn't on.
Okay.
Then you down there, you eating people's cereal, creepy as hell. And then to make the situation worse, be Avery, we don't know if Unique been home or he's just been camping out at Rock House for 2 weeks. I'm assuming.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm assuming that he been staying there and he'll go home, because you remember he said, you won't let me get in closer. And she was like, the only person that's going to get in closer in here is Kanan. So maybe he's been going home back and forth in the 2 weeks and not being camped out over there completely. Either way, you spending a lot of time away from home, and you got the son of the poltergeist in your house with your son.
So,
man.
Yeah.
No. Vanessa's in. If I was Vanessa and he's spending that much time away from home, he would come home, and the only thing that would be in the house one day would be a pitch black room, and he opened the door. He don't know nobody's in the room. It'd be his brother in there sitting butt naked, and that'd be the only thing in the house, because me and my son would be fucking gone. So Vanessa has her complete right to be like, this ain't right, 100%.
And guys, I do agree with Lamont. I do feel that Vanessa is 100% right. I was just kind of posing the question to Lamont to see how he felt, but I do agree. Unique is way out of pocket for this. And when I was watching the episode, I was wanting to talk about that. Like, bro, 2 weeks you've been over here, and like you got your baby mama, and you not just your baby mama, but your child as well at the crib, just by themselves. I mean, even though that is your brother and you can trust him, they don't have that same relationship, and you want to make sure that they feel comfortable and safe. Even it may be 100% safe, but you want to make them feel that way. You don't want to make them uncomfortable. It's not like his baby mama is ugly or something. She cutie too. You know what I'm saying? Like he got something to smile at when he opened the door. Like, yes, my fine baby mama Vanessa. So yeah, you tripping. But yeah, man, they try. Oh, go ahead.
Even worse than that, be Avery. You don't know what kind of mental deprogramming he's had in prison.
Yeah.
He's not the same guy that he was when he went in prison that he is now. You don't know what he's been through in prison. And oftentimes, cats that's been in prison, they probably ain't been getting none.
Right.
And I oftentimes hear that when they go to prison, if they was formerly with a woman, they go to prison, mess around with a man, and then try to swear when they get out of prison that they don't swing that way. I would be really worried about him influencing or doing something to the child. And for the longest time in history of humankind, family has been the veil that has allowed molestations, child issues to happen forever. Oh, that's your family. He ain't gonna do nothing to you. The minute an adult ain't in the room, they feeling on you and shit. So yeah, no, If it was me, be Avery, I would have been going the second night. Boom.
I ain't mad, man. I'm not mad at you. I want to hear from everybody, especially the ladies. I want to hear from you. We got any baby mamas? And we want to hear from everybody. How would you feel in this situation? Can you relate? Can you not relate? Outside, inside, experience, no experience. I'm just curious. Let us know in that comment section. But then they also go to the club, man, and he wanted to break the bouncer's neck for not letting him in with some jeans. He didn't have to talk to him that way. But this is interesting right here, man. I don't know if, I can't say, if I'm locked out, if I'm locked up for a number of years, and have they disclosed how long he'd been locked up?
Didn't say.
Ronnie? They haven't say. They didn't say. Okay, yeah, man, but he seemed like he want to pop his eyeballs out his head right here, and that's a bit much. Ronnie is going to have a death in this season right here, and it's going to scare everybody. That's going to be the talk of the town. But yeah, man, Unique trying to put him on game and get him, hey, go over there and holler at my brother, make him feel good. And the acting, just from this one little part where he's like, get off me. I was like, goodness gracious. I'm glad he didn't elbow one of them in the face on accident. That would have been horrible. But yeah, how did you feel about this, man? And where you at? Do you think would you want to go to the club when you fresh out the box, or you want to chill and keep to yourself and watch the TV that's not on?
Well, you put it like that. I definitely don't want to watch the TV that's not on. Fuck that. Shout out to Grantham, who is playing the brother, and he's playing the hell out this role. He hadn't had too much dialogue,
right?
And a great actor don't need dialogue to do great acting. This brother has been knocking it out the park. Like, he has been like one of the most anticipated new intros to the series that I've seen in a long time. And in the club. The thing is, when you fresh out of jail, you want a piece of pussy. You want a piece of panty drawers waiting for you the minute you get out the club, out the jail. Not 2-3 weeks later. This is 3 weeks later, and Unique should have been done this for the brother. And what I don't understand is they're not letting us know, what do the brother want? What does Ronnie want? What does, like, why is Ronnie's behavior so muted, so cold, so distant? What does he want? Because if you don't want anything, you should have just stayed your ass in jail, whether they had a TB outbreak or not. You gotta want something. Something makes you tick, and we just need to know what it is. Obviously, it's not women, it's not the club, it ain't clothes, it ain't TV, it ain't clothes that's ironed properly, because none of that stuff was working. So what is it that he wants? That's what we need to know.
That is what we need to know. That's what we need to know. And there's nothing wrong with it too, man. I remember, when I first got to college, my freshman, sophomore year, there was people, and I was one of them. They would party every night. That's what you want to do. It was some people that just wanted to party every once in a while, and none at all. It just, people got different things, different strokes for different folks. And there's been times, me individually, where I was just like, yeah, party. I want to have a good time. But then, jumping on everything. But then there's been times where I'm just chilling, posted up, just like, I'm good. I'm chilling. Why are you so quiet? Oh, you cute. I'm just chilling. I'm just, and I get it. I understand. So it's just, we all have those different stages of our life to where we want this, we want that, and everything in between. So yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think about that. But we got to get to this right here, and that is Sal. He's at the crib, and the feds show up and like, hey, we got some intel, man, that your people want you dead. It's gonna happen. If you work with us, we can make sure that you protected and that everything is going to be okay. My first question to you, Lamont, is what do you think that they were bluffing? And most likely not, because when we get to the end, what they said came true. But where do you think they got the information that somebody wanted him dead? Because we only got that from Stefano. Does Stefano have a leak in his organization, or is his establishment bugged? Because he did mention that at the very beginning of it, or in episode 1, like the fishes are listening, when Sal went over there. So where do you think the feds got that information, if anywhere at all, that some people want Sal dead?
The writers want us to think that there's something. Saul has a mole. Excuse me, not Saul. Stefano has a mole in his organization, because that's the only way you would get that type of information. There is a mole amongst Stefano and his crew, or maybe his little fish joint is bugged. But he didn't talk about this hit on Saul's life from the fish joint. They was outside in the damn warehouse, which would mean somebody that heard is in it. But then again, when he had that conversation with Rock, he sent everybody out. So unless he talked this over with some of the other bosses, the only person you could say that is the insider would be Rock, because no one else had that information but Rock and Marvin. That's it. That's it. Unless Stefano has told someone else who's in his organization what his plans are. So the information came from that circle. It's just a matter of where. And the information was legit based on what happened at the end.
Now, let me ask you this. They started to telegraph it and project it because Sal is at the crib. He's in the middle of the stairwell right here, sitting down, reminiscing on the past. His son Marco, that is grown now, that just had a baby. And they're talking, him and the wife, he talking about how, they didn't approve of the wife and how he has to come to the christening, and she's asking him what's wrong or what did the FBI say. Was it obvious to you that Sal was going to die at the end of this episode? When they was going through these scenes right here, was this enough evidence to be like, wait a minute, they doing this type of drama right here? Sal's out of there. He's going to die. I didn't expect it. I thought Sal was a big enough player to where he wouldn't be taken out, but at this point in time, was it obvious to you, when they're talking about, hey, we know our son learned how to ride a bike and swim in the same day? It was a nice Kodak moment, but what was you feeling in this moment right here? Because I still didn't see it coming.
Foreshadowing moment for me. Shout out to Moochie and Miss K. They do a segment called the foreshadowing moment. This was 100% foreshadowing. I knew death was imminent for him. He's up here reflecting on his life. He didn't tell Teresa 100% about what was going on, even though she wanted to know. He's up here telling her, he got lucky to have such a beautiful woman from North New York or wherever the hell she came from. And he was just reminiscing over his life. And then we knew he was going to one of those big social events that you're not supposed to go and do anything corrupt at, because it's our families. I knew it. And I knew it was going to happen at the christening. It was just a matter of what drama was going to play out for it to happen.
I got you. Right here, that's when Lulu was kicking Marvin to the curb, and hey, I need your help, but is it with Rock? And he didn't want to do that. That was kind of a pointless scene to me, so we won't spend too much time there. But yeah, now we have Marvin. He's still in this truck where I was like, bro, like, you don't want to take your jacket off? Like, you hopping fences and stuff, but we didn't know exactly what was going to happen right here, or at least I didn't. And we're coming up to the end, and I really do like this right here between Juke and Lulu. We kind of touched on this earlier. But yeah, man, we're coming up towards the end. we got all the music and the montage going on, and then Marvin pulls up in the U.S. mail truck. Not Lulu, but Rock is going to her nail or hair appointment, get her nails, feet, manicure, pedicure, hair wash, all of that. And I was like, oh gosh, I hope they don't shoot the baby. Please don't shoot the baby. And when I first saw this scene at first glance, I thought this was Ronnie going to go kill the bouncer, but I was like, oh no, that's Marvin and somebody else. But we got the baby and the christening. And I gotta say, Lamont, this is the sorriest security detail in the world, man, in my opinion.
100%.
Bro, like
100%.
what they already said that Sal has been locked up in his castle and his mansion in his house for the duration because he knows that he got a hit out on him, right? Now, I gotta give it to him that they do have everybody posted up in the in the right location. They on each side of the steps going up and down. They open the door, letting them down. They have their head on the swivel with one hand on the pistol. I'm like, this is cool. But you just gonna let some mailman walk up and just post up right there and if you were just walking by and kept going, that's one thing. But Marvin stood there, you know what I'm saying, when he saw the baby, and I gotta give it to Marvin. I like that he was determined because they could have aborted mission 13 times, but he was like, no, we're gonna see it through. And they come down, man. Marvin does what he has to do, shoots him in the back of the head. I don't know how he got away. They have horrible shots. But Marvin should have died right here, if I gotta be honest with you. I'm not mad at the way the scene was set up, but the execution could have been a bit better. But Marvin got out of there barely off the skin of his teeth. And Rock is over here smiling like, yeah, I'm out the game now. I don't got to deal with it no more. I in a way, I kind of felt bad for Teresa here. But yeah, man, we got Burke head blown off at the end of episode 1, and we have Sal's head blown off at the end of episode 2. How was that conclusion for you, sir? Was it satisfying, or how did you feel about it?
Well, that was, like you said, there were a bunch of loopholes. That was a bunch of loopholes in Marvin getting up to the mailbox on the church. There was a bunch of loopholes in that. Like, for one, your security detail is piss poor. Where did you get? That's the great value of Italian security detail. Okay, you didn't have anybody in the back of the church. You need detail back there watching that too, because if you're a bad guy, the first place you want to go is where people are expecting you to be seen, which would be the back of the church. So there's no detail back there. Marvin literally walks from the back of the church, scoots across the porch, and you mean to tell me nobody thought we better check this mailman, considering the business you guys are in, and considering you just went and shot up a black family?
Yeah.
You don't think they want retaliation?
Right.
And you just gonna let the black post? You could have easily said, hey, look, man, this is a family thing, postman. Your ass need to come back later. Something like that. No. Which would almost make you believe that somebody working on his security detail is in on the hit. Now, I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that's what it would make you think. And then, B. Avery, you hit the nail on the head. We have to dispend our belief when Marvin got away going up those stairs. Me and you lift weights. We know how hard it is to get a running start up some fucking stairs. And then you get up the stairs and you in the church and still got away. Yeah. Gangsters that are security men do not shoot that horrible. And then you able to escape out the back door, which security details should have been back there, with your friend that's in a wheelchair driving the escape UPS truck. You got away unscathed.
Yeah. It's it was. I mean, I would have liked him if Marvin was gonna get away. I wish he would have still got shot, like shot in the foot, shot in the shoulder, shot somewhere and stumbled a little bit.
He can't survive another shot, B.A.B. I mean,
right.
He already done been Swiss cheesed up enough. Like when he got over the fence trying to get the postal truck, he re-injured himself. He can't take no more Swiss cheese.
You're right. Yeah, man. Marvin has been through the ringer, man. I mean, it's not a big complaint, but I was watching like, what the hell? That was kind of easy and convenient, like they need to be fired, but they can't be fired now. The boss is dead, and what I cannot wait to see episode 3 and where they pick up where this left off, and what's gonna happen next. Who's gonna be blamed? How are they gonna retaliate? But I'm very, very eager. I'm very, very excited. But we're gonna have to wait, man. And I can't wait. I want to see it now. You know what I'm saying? So what are your final thoughts, sir? And what is there anything else that we haven't talked about that you want to get off your chest?
Well, I hope that this merger between Lulu, because I feel like Lulu are making amends with Jukebox and the things he done wrong with taking her music. I think this is the thing that gives his life hope again, trying to help her get back into music. I think that's what's going to give him hope. I hope it does, because I was tired of seeing Lulu basically sobbing around, getting sloppy drunk. His house looked like it stank horribly. It smelled like feet and chips in his damn house. So I
Mm.
really hope that Juke and this music thing is able to resurrect his career and get him going. And I want to see what is Detective Howard going to do with Medina, because he got his eyes on her. And I'm wanting to see where that's going to go. Other than that, man, love the episode. It gets an 8.5 out of 10 for me. And hey, follow me and be Avery as we're going to keep dropping the hits.
Yes, yes. And if you're gonna be doing it again, man, I'm gonna try my best to be there for the next Saturday show with your crew, because we had a lot of fun doing that. So
Yeah, they
yeah,
yeah, y'all. Everybody ganged up on mine. That's what happened. Like
nah.
they just gang up on mine, and when it's always fun when it's a gang bang, always.
Oh
And that's
wow,
what they
wow.
did to me, y'all.
Had to be
That's what they
nasty.
did to me
No gangbangs. Guys, thank you so much for
verbally.
tuning in. We really do appreciate it. But that is going to wrap it up today for our Power Book 3 Raising Kanan Season 3 Episode 2 recap of Flip Mode. We will be here same time, same place next week for Episode 3. Make sure again you come through, because it is going down. But before we head out of here completely, oh, what happened? I don't got rid of Lamont on accident. Lamont, why don't you let the good people know what you got going on your lovely channel for them to look forward to?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people that love the content B. Avery puts out, first and foremost, send that brother a super chat. You don't have to be in the live content to give him a super chat. They can accept them even when it's not live. What you'll see from my channel is some more power theories, some quick video power theories, because it seems like you guys like it when I do those. And you will get at least one more Black entertainment news and more video from me this week. I won't be here this weekend for my 9 p.m. Eastern live stream on Saturday, but I will be back on the following week so we can get it in. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna try to hop in on some shows with B. Avery, because that's my guy, and he's doing a lot of
Really,
things, and I want to see him grow. So
thank you.
support the brother, and that's what's going on my channel.
Appreciate it, appreciate it. And yeah, man, this is your first time here, your 70th. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Got all of this stuff right here that you can look forward to: movie reviews, spoiler reviews, martial art movie reviews, series reviews, live shows, trailer reactions, a whole bunch of fun stuff. Make sure you come through, kick it with your boy. I would really appreciate it. But guys, again, oh, and also if you're in the rap shit, I'll be doing those recaps with Tara on her channel as well. So make sure you come through for that too. Excuse me. And not sorry for all the technical difficulties. Try to work on that. But guys, again, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, that's Lamont, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.